And we're back in the yard. So we got this heat pump here. It's currently not heating, it's blowing cold air. So they've been having to run it in emergency mode. So we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on. So we're gonna go ahead and call for heat and see what it does. So here we go. Now this system's hooked up to a zone system, and the Honeywell zone boards, you can throw them into heat mode and whatnot, because I don't want the auxiliary heat to kick on, I just want the heat pump heat to kick on. So what I'm gonna do is I have the fans turned on all zones, and then I will turn it on from out here. So this is a ream unit, so this is a default cooling system. So for cooling mode, we only require a Y signal, 24 volts to Y. For heating, we require 24 volts to Y and B, because B will energize the reversing valve, which will put it in heat mode. So currently we have no call, I just have the fans running. So let's go ahead and cycle this. All right, so I have the unit in heat. You can see it going R to B and Y. This pipe is not warm, so it just kicked on, so we'll see what's going on. So it looks like it's cooling. So I should have 24 volts, which I do. So it's calling, so it's not happening. And I have them unplugged, and I would have, if it was energized in heat mode, I would have heard it swash or swish over. So let's go ahead and open this up and we'll check that reversing valve. You can't see it, but this pipe is actually cold, so it's definitely in cooling mode. There's our reversing. All right, so that's our solenoid valve. We'll go ahead and test it. And it's at mega ohms. It shouldn't be that weak. So what we can do is, if we have one of these, this is a solenoid magnet. If we throw that on there and the valve is good, it should switch into heat mode. Okay, I don't know if you heard that. You just switched into heat mode. So our solenoid valve is, well, our solenoid coil is bad. So we need to get a new coil, but thankfully that means our reversing valve is still good. So let's go get one of these. All right, we got our new one. So pretty straightforward, one screw, and we just plug it in. There's 24 volts going through the output of the board. So before we do this, I guess we should probably make sure that there's voltage coming through the wires. So I'm going to plug these back in and then test it from this side. Now when you hook this up, you don't want to, you want to have the coil already on the valve, because if you energize this when it doesn't have the little metal in the middle, it could actually burn up. So that's very important. So anyway, let's go ahead and plug this in and make sure we have voltage coming out of that plug. It's probably something I should have checked before. Alrighty, we have 27 volts for it, so our plug is good. All right, so we're gonna let that hang off to the side. We're gonna install this first, and then we will plug it in when it's in place. And we should hear a click when that happens. So we're gonna go ahead and pull off our solenoid magnet. Okay. Got that plugged in, and as you heard it clicking, that means it's energizing, so that's a good sign. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and power her back up. And so she should be in heating mode right now. So the vapor line's getting warm, so that's a good sign. Let's go check our supplies. Okay, so we got our temperature coming out. Just heat pump only, so it's looking like it's doing pretty good. All right, so I want to make sure that that reversing valve switches back into cool mode. So to do that, I'm going to actually force a defrost. So you can see here you have that test port right there. So we're going to short those two out, and that should throw it in test mode. Okay, she switched. This pipe should be getting cold. Yep, she's starting to cool down. I can feel heat coming out, radiating out the top, so we appear to be good. All right, so hit the switch. Now she's back in heat mode. Yep. So our reversing valve is good to go. So anyway, that's how you diagnose a bad solenoid coil on a reversing valve. So having one of these guys is super helpful. I actually got this one on Amazon for like 18 bucks. I'm not sure what it costs now, but if you go to the parts house, they're gonna try to charge you like $50 or more. But go on Amazon. I paid $17.99 for this. I'll link it below. And you can pick one up for you. But they really come in handy, and especially when you're working on a system that has a bunch of solenoid valves, you can pop this on there if you have to pull a vacuum or recover. So it's a lot easier if it's open. So anyway, hopefully this helps you out. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am. Hit that bell notification and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to support the channel, click on the links below and visit my Amazon store and pick up some of the tools, or you can click on the links on the screen. And make sure you get yourself some work stocks from Camel City Mill. Nighthawk 10 gets you 10% off. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.